Due to the name of this event, we should disclose that no drivers or staff were drinking and driving. Drinking and driving is dangerous to you and people around you. Plus, your local police officer may frown upon that. If you intend on drinking, please do so responsibly. Was that it? Did I cover everything? Good. Wait, why is everything written on the screen? Enjoy the video?
So day one, we got to the hotel. It was a rainy day, and I got the drivers meeting out of the way, and ended up headed over to Wilson Artworks first. Really creative place. They make the julep cups that are commonly used for bourbon. We were able to see how these two ladies made these cups. And really cool process, really, a lot of talent in that building. Really cool experience to see. From there, we grabbed some lunch, and then we moved over to the Dirty Turtle Off-Road Park, which was a couple hours away. Got some mods on here that'll help us along the way. The front bumper gives us the extra protection on the front plastic. Rear bumper, got the Fox podiums on here. Got our arm kit. These are chromoly arms, so they should be able to take the abuse. This is our DIY cage, fully tabbed. It was assembled at Xtreme Offroad. This machine is ready to go, so we'll see what she can do. All right, so day two, we headed over to, we actually were hitting 2 distilleries that day. First one was Castle and Key. This place was overgrown. When they got there, they were telling stories about how the realtor went in with machetes, was cutting through the brush just to find this place. They were finding roads. I mean, the architecture in this place was just crazy. It was awesome. It was a great experience. We got to walk through the barrel room. It was monstrous. We were there about a year before it's actually open to the public, so we actually got to experience this place in a whole new way that most people don't. Then actually after that we headed over to Woodford Reserve Distillery. It's got a ton of history. It was back in the 1800s when it was founded. Really cool experience. This is more of a, they've been making bourbon for a long time, more of a tourist attraction, but it was a great experience overall. All right, finally got here at the Wildcat Off-Road Park. Had a little bit of issues with the Jeeps today, but got a little rain here. Excited to get this thing muddy, so let's go out and have some fun. Day 3, we headed to the Wildcat Off-Road Park. We were able to go out, and these trails were incredible. It's 2,800 acres of just pure off-road adventure. Really pushed all our vehicles. I mean, the landscape, you're going through these canyons and you see waterfalls, and I mean, it was an amazing place to be. It was incredible that these kind of places allow these off-road vehicles to go through and, I mean, experience that. I mean, really push the limits of even the Jeeps. I was able to do some extensive testing on this. Great articulation areas where I was able to, you know, test the suspension. And I mean, there was a hill that, I mean, Jeeps were struggling to get up, and I was able to, take my turn at it. I was able to test everything. I mean, the cage, from the suspension, it was definitely a challenge. I learned a lot. It was great. After we hit all the hills, we kind of broke off from the group. We went to, basically it was off railroad tracks, and able to really open this thing up, had some great whoops. This thing was, we were drenched, I was drenched. The Razor was just completely covered in mud, but we had a blast. I had, you know, a couple other guys be able to ride this thing, and they were all giggles by the time they were all done. So it was really, really fun park.
Hi, my name is Ian. I built this here UTV on my television show, Xtreme Offroad. I had a lot of fun building it, but when it comes to driving it, I got scared. So I let this man drive it for the entire time that we were here on the trail, because the UTV scared me with its awesome power and long travel suspension. As you can see, he's going to take off here, and you'll see how scary it is. Don't scare me when you drive away, sir. I'll step over here.
So we came to day 4, the final day of our adventure. We went to Harlan County now. It's called Black Mountain Off-Road Park. There's tons of boulders here. That was the main thing on this park. We got unloaded after we got there. Went down to, it's called the Rock Garden. Really great area. It's basically an old riverbed. We put this thing to the test. I was able to test the Nerf bars. I really beat on this thing. But I was able to, travel the suspension, see the articulation, really appreciate what this machine can do. It crawled over these things like it was nothing. I was extremely happy with the performance side of this machine. On behalf of RT Pro, I want to thank Ian and his team for inviting us on the Bourbon and Boulders trip. It was an awesome experience. I learned a lot. Got to see some of the country I have never seen before, and got to experience these off-road parks. It was a blast, and we really appreciate the experience.